Hello and welcome to another episode of Fearny Tries. Today we are reviewing the Fuel Protein Breakfast, or Fuel 10K, sorry, Protein Breakfast Milk Drink. For those of you that don't know about Fuel 10K, they're an amazing business here in the UK, a B Corp registered company, and they are trying to revolutionize breakfast. And as you'll see from the image here or here, wherever I've decided to put it, this video here, they've got a number of products from these drinks to muffins and granola and cookies and other stuff. But the real focus is on that sort of breakfast on the go, although there's some at-home products in there too. But today the real focus is on, as I say, this protein breakfast drink here. And look, breakfast on the go has been a market that loads of people have tried to sort of capitalize on and have done it pretty poorly over the years. So I'm really interested to try this this product. It comes in a Tetra Pak, 330 ml, and it claims to be high protein, high in fiber, and no added sugar. The claim is that this 330 ml, which is the same size as, I guess, a can of Coke, has the same amount of sugar as the equivalent of just semi-skimmed milk. So they're not massive, and I've decanted it into a glass. Fly Monk Brewery, in case anyone was interested, based in Wiltshire, but to give this a try, and you know, from the looks of things and from the smell of things, it just smells like a normal chocolate milkshake, right? Maybe with a little bit of that sort of supplement smell. But let's give it a try, and then I'll talk to you about my thoughts. Okay, so surprisingly, it's not super thick. So it's not like a protein shake that can be quite a chewy thing that's in there. And I'm a little bit surprised by that, because my assumption is that if this is going to be a sort of on-the-go breakfast replacement, that it's going to need to be pretty filling. So a little bit surprised by that, but also pleasantly surprised, because I don't really want to chew my way through something in the morning. But it's not as sort of thick and creamy as a sort of pre-made chocolate milk would be that you'll have elsewhere. Little slight, not powdery taste, that's probably the wrong description, but there's a small sort of fibrous taste to it, which I assume is that additional fiber that's in this to try and make it a bit more filling. But overall, actually, just a really, really tasty drink rather than anything else. I was surprised when I picked this up in Tesco to find that it was stored ambient, so just on the shelf already, not in a chiller, but I have chosen to put this in the fridge prior to consuming it. But that's a really cool thing too, because it means you can store it at home without having to fill up the fridge. Or alternatively, this is the sort of thing that you could shove into a bag and have on a journey, on a commute, or something like that, which could be really interesting. Do I think it's a savior of on-the-go breakfast? I'm not sure. I definitely want to do a review of some of their other products, because I think some of those look really exciting, as you would have seen from that video earlier. But I do think this is a really tasty product, and I also assumed there'd be a lot more sugar in this than there is. It's an interesting one. There's circa 3 grams of fat, which isn't great, but actually only 1 gram of that is saturates, which is fine. There's a lot of carbs, 18 grams, but it's 16 grams of that is sugars, which again isn't superb. Only 3 grams of fiber, but 20 grams of protein in this. Now, to put that into perspective, that is the equivalent of some grenade bars, some high-end protein bars that are in the market. There are arguments as to whether you require that much additional protein in your diet, especially if you're a bit of a fitness nut. But 20 grams of protein packed into that is pretty extraordinary. And without that additional sugar, I think it's massive. Also, big claims on here: calcium, vitamin C, vitamin B3, 6, 1, vitamin A, and folic acid as well. So some good additional benefits for you from a health point of view. But if you were looking for an on-the-go breakfast drink and you want it to taste really nice, but you didn't, you sort of wanted to not feel too guilty and therefore thought it was better for you, I'd highly recommend this Fuel 10K product. I think it's really nice, and the fact that it's in Tetra Pak, which means it's widely recyclable, is really, really big. I don't see it as probably being the go-to grab-and-go breakfast for the super, super healthy or the super, super gym-focused. I think it lacks a little in that department, because it has still got reasonably high levels of carbs, etc. But overall, honestly, I'd happily give this a sort of 8 out of 10 for taste, and probably a sort of 6 or 7 out of 10 for some of those claims. But being a B Corp business, and if you don't know about that, please research it. It's an amazing thing for sustainability, but environmental claims. There's loads of stuff associated with B Corp, but The fact that it's in a Tetra Pak, fact that it's ambient, that's a really, really solid product. And so I would highly recommend even giving it a try to. I will put a link in the description below to where you can purchase the product. Again, full disclosure, it will be an affiliate. So if you do purchase through there, I will get some form of kickback. But honestly, that money just goes back into reinvesting into buying more products to try and back into the channel. You may have noticed in this video versus previous ones that I now have some lights in the background, and this is the sort of thing that I'll be putting money into. So the production quality can be better for you when you're watching these videos. As always, please, please, please like this video, click the subscribe button and the notification bell as well. It's hugely, hugely beneficial to trying to get this this channel up and running, and would be much appreciated. And also, please, please drop in the comments box below other products that you'd like us to talk about and for me to review and also have a look at. I've got a backlog of half a dozen or so already that I want to be pushing videos out in these first 2 weeks. But anything that you want to have included in there, please, please, please put it in the comments. It'd be really much appreciated. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.